What's up everyone, it's Bones here. In today's video, I'll be showcasing Tri-Brigade Lyrilusc, a deck which just got a buff in the ban list in the form of 3 Tenki as you can see here, but we also managed to get back another copy of Recital Starling, and in both these replays, I want to show off what they allow you to do. Now keep in mind that this is a more standard build, and closer what you saw to older versions of the deck, and the way that this deck evolves in the format could change. So do just use this as a starter if you're new to the deck and not sure how you want to approach it going forward. But anyways, before I begin, if you happen to enjoy content like this, clicking on those thumbs up and subscribe buttons would be greatly appreciated, as it goes a long way in supporting the channel and shows me that you like content like this. So for this first replay, I'm going to show off what you can do with this hand, and I'm going to take a second line of play in the second combo that I show in this hand, because one thing that I definitely wanted to showcase with this deck was the versatility of it, and the different lines that you can take with the same 5 cards in hand. So to start here, we're going to activate the Bird Call, and we can bait out any sort of interruptions with this if you're going second. Because you have the Tenki, you have the Warbler in hand with the Sparrow. 1 for 1 is also in your hand, so Bird Call is just really free right now, as we're going to add a copy of the Swallow here. And this will allow us to special summon the Warbler, then we can use the Warbler's effect, bringing out the Sparrow, then the Sparrow will get its effect to search as we add the Wagtail, and from here we can now go into the first copy of Recital Starling and we'll buff its attack with its effect. And from here we're going to use its effect to detach and search, as we're going to get our first copy of DD Crow. So now we're going to use the Swallow in our hand, special summoning the Wagtail and itself, and then we can use the Wagtail, which will put an extra card in our hand with the Bird Call, and now we can go into our second copy of Recital Starling, and we'll buff its attack again. You can pick any monster on the field that you want to buff, but we're going to detach the Wagtail there for the DD Crow, giving us a second hand trap for our opponent's turn. And from here we can go into F0, as we're going to summon Utopic Future Dragon, activate Tenki. With Tenki we could add the Fractal, then we can use the Fractal effect, which will send the kit, sending the Nerval. And from here we're going to get the add with Nerval, which will get us the copy of Keras, and now we can normal summon the Keras here. We'll link away with its effect, banishing the Nerval and the Fractal to go into our Bearbrum, and then we can use the Bearbrum, pitching the 1 for 1 and the Bird Calls that we won't need in this hand to bring back our Fractal, and then we can go into our Appaloosa with our Bearbrum, getting its effect in the graveyard, which will allow us to add a copy of Tri-Brigade Revolt, put back a Crow, and this is basically what you'll end up. You'll have the Banish with DD Crow, the Revolt for Omen protected by the Appaloosa and the Utopic Future, giving you a board that can hit your opponent in multiple locations, whether it be the field, hand, or graveyard, and even banished. So this second hand here I'm going to show because we are in a heavier graveyard format, and in previous formats I probably wouldn't have advocated for this play. Maybe I'm wrong, but you'll see that I'm going to start here by using the Bird Call, much like our last combo. Then we're going to add the Canary this time, and from here we can special summon the Warbler to special summon the Sparrow here, and then the Sparrow can get an add here as we'll get the Wagtail. From here we can go into the first copy of Recital Starling, we'll increase its attack, then we can use its effect to search as we'll get our first copy of DD Crow here, and from here we're going to use the 1 for 1, pitching the Wagtail, special summoning the Nerval, then from there we can use the Nerval's effect, which will bring out our Lightheart, and now this gives us a link 2 for the Farragut, and from here we can activate the Tenki, and then we'll add the copy of Fractal, then we can use the Fractal, sending the kit will send off the Nerval, and then the Nerval can get us an addition here, as we're now going to normal summon the Keras, or we're going to use the Farragut effect to special summon the Keras, and then we're going to use the Keras effect, banishing the Lightheart and the Nerval in order to go into our Bearbrum, and now we can link away into our Appaloosa, and you're going to use the kit, you're not going to use the Bearbrum here, because you want to be able to use the Canary, as instead of an Omen, we're going to go for a second DD Crow this time. As you'll see, we're going to get back the Wagtail off of the Canary and get our Bird Call, and from here we can go into our second Recital Starling, get us the second Crow. We'll also buff the Appaloosa to 3k attack, as both Recital Starlings will leave the field when we go into the Utopic Future, and this line of play also gives you Bird Call for follow-up, which is an important thing about it as well, as we now have a total of 4 monster negations, 2 hand traps, and follow-up. So onto the deck profile, and just like there was nothing much too different if you know how the deck plays from Master Duels or just playing the TCG/OCG before, I think the only thing that would probably be criticized here is the one Wagtail with the one Canary, especially playing the Desires, but I was trying to keep this at 40. And you could technically take out a Magna Hut for a second copy of one of these, but that's depending on what you would like to do. And another thing that can be changed is the ability to play 2 Keras and 2 Nerval instead of 3 Nerval, 1 Keras. But as you see with the Canary and the Keras here, I kind of like to use them as a one-time thing, as they can just bring themselves out from hand and push for your power plays while you aim to make your deck more consistent by maximizing the rest of these. Onto the card by card, you'll see we have the 3 Fractal, the 3 Kit, the 3 Nerval, the 1 Keras, the 3 Warbler, the 3 Sparrow, the 2 Swallow, the 1 Wagtail, the 1 Canary, the 3 Tenki, the 3 Bird Call, the 2 Desires, the 1 1-for-1, the 1 Revolt, the 3 Talents, the 3 Crows, the 3 Magna Huts, and the 1 Druis Worm to round out the main deck. Onto the extra deck, we'll have the 1 Utopic Draco Future, the 1 Utopic Future, the 1 Zeus, the 1 Assembled Nightingale, the 1 Robin, the 2 Recital Starling, the 1 Appaloosa, the 1 Access Code, the 1 Omen, which you could play multiples if you would like, as there are lines of play where you actually will make this going second, and then you'll want to end on a Revolt in order to make another one, in which that case you could probably take out the Lightheart or the Robin, but it's really tough to say, as I like the utility both cards bring to the deck. And then we have the 1 Rugal, the 1 Farigit, the 1 Bearbrum, the 1 Lightheart, and the 1 Almirage to round out the extra deck. To the options, Herald of the Arclight is here if you want to play stuff like Ash and Ghostbell, and other level 3 tuners that are hand traps, so basically any of the Ghost Girls. Because you have a bunch of level 1s that you can easily special summon, making Herald is something you can do to counter the Ishizu strategy, though you do bank on buying specific cards to do it. As mentioned, you'll see the second copy of Omen here, which you can play. The Doom Eagle is harder to make than Samorg, which is why I'm not running it in this build, but if you do, another option that you have is Trap Trick and Harpy's Featherstorm. And then finally, we have the FTK cards here, which I'll link a video to the FTK down below. Basically, with all the effects that you can do to kind of add more materials to something like your Recital via Wagtail or Bird Sanctuary. Point is to get this thing to 7 materials so that you can skip your opponent's turn. While it's not an FTK by definition, skipping your opponent's turn can usually get the job done more consistently than not. Anyways, if you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. It's Bones, signing out.